Welcome to Penny's Perspective, the meaning behind the meme. This one says anger happens when an unresolved mind file gets referenced. It's kind of the same. It's similar to this one that says triggers are unresolved mind files that can be reassessed and resolved. Have you ever been in a conversation with someone when they say something that hits that proverbial nerve, as they say? That nerve's an unresolved mind file that has a fair amount of emotional intensity attached to it. Now, generally speaking, and I do mean generally because, of course, there are unique situations for some people, but generally speaking, what they've hit is an archetypal wound. They've caused your mind's process to reference a mind file, one or more, that has to do with an archetypal wound. Archetypal wounds are emotionally painful experiences that everybody has, everybody at one time or another in their life. There's three of them. They are abandonment, betrayal, and shame. Abandonment wounds are referenced when someone says something outright or infers that you're not going to have any support. You're out on your own, and they imply that you're an outsider. They put you in a category somehow. And that causes you to feel as though you have to defend yourself. That's where that anger comes from. Betrayal wounds are referenced when you find out that a person or an organization or an institution that you believed in and trusted, that they lied to you. In this case, the anger is probably justified, but it can be a problem if it's old anger that's being referenced and not new anger. So how do you tell the difference? New anger comes with shock. You're what? They what? And you can't even immediately reconcile that in your mind. But if it's old anger that's getting referenced because you've experienced this kind of betrayal multiple times in your life, then it will show up as rage. It'll be an exaggerated anger response. That's how you tell the difference. And then finally, the shame wound. So those files get referenced when somebody close to you doesn't agree with you about something. It's the unspoken criticism that all of us who grew up in dysfunction recognize through words and body language because we saw it all the time. We experienced constant criticism and we experienced people assigning shame to us. So it's not like we can't tell when it's happening. But shame is complicated, and we'll definitely dig into that a little deeper in a longer format video. But more often than not, when a mind file dealing with shame is referenced by your mind's process, that file's corrupted. It was probably created when you were a small child, which means that you didn't assign the shame to yourself because shame can also be positive, right? So it's complicated. But if the shame was assigned to you, then it was given to you by an adult who didn't know what to do with their own. They were the ones feeling it. They projected it onto you because they didn't know what to do with it. So when you're having a conversation, if your anger goes off the charts, then it's a sign that you got some inner child work to do. You've got unresolved mind files that need your attention. So that's my perspective. What's yours? Let me know in the comments. See you next time.